Well, it is no secret that three-row SUVs are getting a bit more popular nowadays as it serves a very stylish and equally practical alternative to the MPVs. But in the EV world, there's not much EV SUVs with the three rows of seat available in our market except for two, and this is one of it. This is, of course, the Kia EV9, Kia's new flagship EV SUV. And in today's video, we'll have a look what's so special about this Korean behemoth. Je suis Muklis, je m'appelle du caricarz. 안녕하세요, Muklis입니다. My name is Muklis, and this is Caricarz. Alright, so from the get-go, you can see that the Kia EV9 looks very bold and very striking because it exudes Kia's latest design language known as the Opposites United. And you can see at the front here, it comes with this unique L or C-shaped LED DRLs where the actual headlights actually located inside here, these pixelated like elements. And speaking of that, it also comes with this digital pixelated front grille design, which actually the lights, you can adjust the pattern using the car's infotainment inside. Okay, speaking of grille, the EV9 somewhat retains the Kia signature tiger nose front grille design, although there are no front grille because this is being an EV obviously. But speaking of it comes with this active shutter grille lower here to help down with the cooling of the brakes, the EV motor, and of course the battery. And it also closes down for better aerodynamic performance. So like I said earlier, it looks very bold, it looks very striking. Either you love it or you hate it, but I personally kind of like it. And of course, with such a big car, you also need to roll on a sizable set of wheels. And the EV9 in this GT-Line spec comes with this 31-inch wheels, and it features this unique squared-off design, and it's quite enclosed because it's being an EV, so you really need to have better mileage with this enclosed wheel design. Nak tak apa ni bang? This concoction, this is of course the digital side view camera, comes standard with the car instead of the physical mirrors. And this is how it looks from the inside. Okay, some like it, some hate it, but I think it's quite a novelty thing to have on this EV. Okay, besides that, other EV specific design include these flush door handles, and you can see the car's roof is just straight up. It's not as sporty as other SUVs out there, and it goes all the way back, and it comes with this flat out rear wheel arches to give the car a little bit of a muscular stance despite its very long measurement. Okay, at the back here, it comes with this Y-shaped LED taillights, and you can see the car is so big, it even makes a big person like me looks pretty small and slim, right? Alright folks, so now we're on board the Kia EV9 GT-Line, and this being Kia's flagship EV SUV model, it is laden with all the techs, all the greatest luxury amenities offered by this Korean automaker. Okay, starting with the front seat, you can see two of the front seats here are not only powered, it also comes with the relaxation mode where you can click one button and the seat can just lie down like this, and it allows your front passengers to relax during the long driving trip. And not only that, the front seat is also not only heated, ventilated, but also on the driver's side it comes with a massage function, which is very neat and very nice to have. Okay, moving on to the front here, you can see it comes with this dual 12.3-inch infotainment display, one for the instrument cluster with the heads-up display, and the infotainment hub supports wireless and the Ultra and Apple CarPlay. Nice, and it's quite snappy, and the resolution is quite nice. It almost feels like you're using an iPad or an expensive Korean phone, if you will. Okay, down here you still got some shortcut buttons for the home menu. You can click here, it goes to the home menu, and it also comes with this physical controls for the aircon, which is I think quite cool to see in modern car because some of the cars they just use the infotainment screen, but this one it still comes with a physical button, which is nice. Okay, down here you get multiple USB charging ports, Type-C and 112-volt socket, and you also got the extra storage down here, and here you got two extra cup holders where you can store some stuff. Also, the wireless charging pad is also located at the down of the armrest here, and it also comes with a small storage here. And if you look up, it comes with two sunroofs, one at the front, and at the back you get a glass sunroof. And of course, to no one's surprises, life at the back seat of the EV9 is a very luxury and a very spacious one. As you can see, I got plenty of room, and especially for the 6-seater variant, it comes with this two captain style chair for the second row, and the chair feels very nice. You can actually recline this chair all the way back, and it's come with the relaxation mode where you can actually turn this chair into almost like a flat bed, and it really helps you to relax during your long journey. Okay, these seats also come with both heated and ventilated function. You can see also power adjustable, so it's really easy for you to maneuver and even to jump to the third row seats. Okay, as you can see, there's a plenty of legroom, and the floor is quite flat because this being an EV, so There's no problem in terms of sitting position, and of course, this being a tall car, you got plenty of headroom also. Okay, I want to show one unique things about the central console because it comes with this secret storage space where you can store some drinks and whatnot. It's not chill, but I think this storage space is quite neat because of the car space, so there's really lots of storage options here. And also you get these 2 USB charging ports on the side here, and up here you get your dedicated AC vents for the rear passengers and the control panel as well. And not to forget, it comes with a secondary panoramic glass roof. And surprisingly, life at the third row seat of the EV9 is quite nice and spacious actually, because yes, this space is actually quite decent for big adults like me to use. And at the back here, you also come with this reclinable backrest, so it actually adds a degree of comfort for the rear passengers here. Okay, while we're here, you also get 2 USB charging ports, one on the right, one on the left, and you also get rear aircon vents, individual aircon vents, so it goes to show that Kia does really not skimp when designing the third row seat for the EV9. Alright, so despite the roomy 3-row of seats in the middle, the EV9 still has enough space for a rather decent cabin boot space here. Okay, as standard it measures 323 liters, and as always you can fold down the third row seats by using the buttons here. So, and once all these 2 seats are fully folded, it allows you for space of up to 828 liters, so more than enough for your annual IKEA trips. And at the back here, also come with a 12-volt socket. There's a 3-pin plug, so enough convenience for your camping trip also. But just in case you need just a little bit more space, there's also a front trunk measuring 52 liters. So convenience it is. And just like other Kia or Hyundai EVs, the EV9 also underpins the same EGMP platform with an 800-volt battery architecture. And for this GT-Line 2-wheel drive model, it is powered by a 99.8 kWh battery pack, allowing this car of a maximum EV range of up to 505 kilometers. So it is quite decent. Okay, in terms of charging, according to Kia, this car can support AC at 11 kilowatt, but DC is very fast at 350 kilowatt, showing this car charging from 10 to 80% in just 24 minutes. Okay, in terms of powertrain, it's powered by a dual motor Orida setup rated at 380 horsepower and a whopping 700 Nm of torque. 0 to 100 in this behemoth takes only 5.3 seconds and a top speed of 200 km per hour. Okay, enough talk about numbers. Let's drive the behemoth, shall we? Alright folks, so now we're behind the wheels of the Kia EV9, and for the Malaysian market, like I said earlier, it comes in this top of the line GT-Line 2-motor all-wheel drive variant, and it outputs 380 horsepower and a whopping 700 Nm of torque. So you might ask, why do we need such a power for such a family car? Because this is a big and a heavy EV. This weighs 2.6 tons, almost 3 tons in weight, so you really need that power to mass the weight. And I have to say, after driving this car for quite a while, it really helps. The power output really helps to mass the car's weight, and you can just accelerate this car just like any other EVs you're driving, so you still get that rapid EV acceleration feel despite its heavy weight. Okay, this car also comes in 2 driving modes. We got the Eco driving mode, which is we're currently at. You also got normal, and you got the Sport mode, which once we engage, it allows us to go from 0 to 100 in 5.2 seconds, which is quite fast for such a big car. Because again, I have to remind you every time, this is a big car. It's not a small car, but it drives like a normal size car would because of the powertrain setup. Okay, another benefit thing is that, of course, once you go into corners, you can really start to feel a little bit of the weight. But I have to say, other than that, if you're just using it for city driving or your occasional highway cruises, balik kampung and whatnot, you cannot really feel the car's weight. It just drives like your normal C-segment SUV, that I say. But of course, it's being an EV. Okay, other than the driving modes, you also get 3 terrain modes. So theoretically, you can take this car off-road. It's got the sand, mud and snow driving modes also. But of course, who would want to take their luxury EV on going to off-road anyway? Okay, like I said earlier, in terms of handling, yes, you can feel a bit of the weight, but I have to say the EGMP platform is quite good because we've experienced the same platform in the Hyundai Ioniq 6, which is of course the mid-size saloon, and that car drives very nicely, and same goes to this, despite you can really feel a bit of the weight, but it's still a very delightful EV to drive. And more importantly, in terms of comfort, because unlike other luxury SUVs out there, the Kia EV9 actually still uses a conventional suspension setup instead of air suspension. But despite of that, the car really still feels relatively comfortable. It's not too bumpy like many other heavy SUVs out there, and it's not too bad on corners as well. So it goes to show that Kia has really perfected the balance between weight and driving performance and comfort for this car, so it delivers a pretty respectable comfort level. So overall, I have to say, yes, many may complain why do we get the dual motor setup, because the sheer power really helps to mask the car's heavy weight. And okay lah, we still got like 500 kilometers out of the battery, which is still good, not as good as a single motor model that goes beyond the 600 kilometers, but this is a still usable range in my opinion. So overall, Kia EV9 is just a delightful car for you to drive and to ride in. Good job, Kia. Okay, in terms of driving ergonomics, for those of you who are familiar of driving any Kia or Hyundai cars, you can feel quite at home when you're driving the EV9 because it's somewhat similar setup because you got the dual screen setup, but the steering is a little bit cluttered for some because there are tons of buttons and controls for you to manage here. Okay, you got the standard buttons for the infotainment and the ADAS, and you also get the button for the driving mode down here, and you also get pedal shifters to control your regenerative braking, which is, I think, every EVs must have it, but unfortunately not all EVs coming with this pedal shifter to control the regeneration brake level. Okay, other than that, the gear shifter column is located down here, just like the Ioniq 6 down on the right side here, which is quite okay, but some people might not like it because it's getting the way for their legs. But other than that, it's okay. But of course, the biggest complaint about this car is of course the absence of the physical side mirror, which I think is still a thing you must need. But like I said, it's a novelty. It might take a while for you to get used to, but like 10 out of 10, I have to say, if you ask another person, they would still prefer using physical side mirrors instead of this digital thing. Okay, beside the side mirror, you also come with this digital rearview mirror. You can actually toggle the option using the standard one or the digital one, which is, I think, is quite useful because the car is too long, so you really warrant to use cameras for your rear view side because, like I said, it's too long. You cannot really see from the back here, let alone if you don't have any side mirrors here. But other than that, all the aids and visualization aid, like I said, you got the blind spot view monitor and everything. It somewhat helps you to drive the car in more comfortable manner, but I have to say, this thing just take a little bit a while for you to get used to, but other than that, it's quite okay. Alright, in terms of safety, of course, this being a Careline car, it comes green with all the ADAS function, and all of them works rather well, just like it worked pretty well on the Kia Carnival we've reviewed before. Okay, but unfortunately, some of the ADAS function is still hiding beneath the infotainment display, so you really need to stop the car. You really cannot access it while the driving is quite dangerous, but unfortunately you still got physical buttons and controls for the AC, which is quite cool. And of course, more importantly, this car, all 6 seats or 7-seater versions, we get 7-seater, all seats of this EV9 comes with a 3-pin seatbelt, 3-point seatbelt, which is quite important for your safety, so ensure that all passengers are safe. And you also get tire pressure monitoring system, again, a very essential thing in many modern cars nowadays. It's good to see that a luxury car like this is brimmed with safety features, so you and your family can drive in a very safe manner. Boldly style, tons of space with lots of tech and luxury amenities, decent driving performance, and a respectable EV range. So the Kia EV9 GT-Line here ticks all the correct boxes to make it a near perfect 3-row luxury EV SUV for you and your family. And to make this SUV a little bit more compelling is of course the price tag it comes with this 6-seater model. It's only tagged at 374,668 ringgit. Yes, less than 400,000, and is actually more than half cheaper compared to its closest rival. Okay, not only because of its EV, for those who are just looking for a family SUV that is quite luxurious with 3 rows of space, and this is also would make a very compelling buy because it is still cheaper compared to other ICE-powered 3-row SUVs available out there. Okay, but the only problem with this car is of course being the badge it carries, because lots of Malaysians in general have some negative perception about this brand, but I assure you, once you have a taste of this luxury behemoth, all your preconceived thoughts about this Korean brand might go away because this car is just that good. So folks, what do you guys think of this luxurious Kia EV9 GT-Line? Would you take this Korean behemoth over any other luxury EV SUVs out there? As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. For more content like this, check out caricarzcom/news. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.